Hayes in the barn. Good polish day today. Really liked the attitude. Thought our guys were focused, had a lot of attention to detail, and I think they're ready to play. I think they want to play somebody beside themselves. I know that, and very anxious to get out in the stadium and see what we got. Questions?
Injury update for everybody not.
Yeah,
McLeod is one.
McLeod's out. I think that's it. Is that? Let me see it. Let me get it right here. I'm trying to think. You knew it better than me. Of course, Foose is out. Gary's got a hamstring, doubtful. Anthony's out. McCray, of course. McDaniel, Mitchell, and Hicks for the knee. I mean, that's it. Everybody else is ready to go. That's a good thing. So we'll be relatively healthy anyway.
Jimbo, you've had a lot of challenges this week with the weather, and yet you haven't shied away from it this week. And, you didn't try to dodge it so much. It was like, let's go get it and do whatever.
Well, it may rain. It may rain in the game. We got some rain without lightning, which is very rare around here. You don't get that a lot around here, and you need to practice wet ball. Like I said before, we got 4 or 5 good days this camp of wet ball drills, and a couple days this week of getting that, which is very important. And I encourage that because you're always searching for that. And it was good to get. Our kids handled it for the most part pretty well, and also playing with that footing. I mean, on defense, making sure you stick your foot in the ground, how you got to play. On offense, you're being very sure of your sticking your foot in the ground so you don't slip on a cut or you're running or blocking. And it was good to play in the wet weather.
You talked early in the week about watching some of the freshmen, how they handle a game week. What did you see out of that?
It's interesting as they got closer and closer and they realized that there's a game and they started to see their uniforms and things. Those eyes get a little big, but I think it's more excitement. You know what I mean? It's like anything. You don't know what to expect. The first time you think you know and you want something your whole life and you're ready to do it, and all of a sudden it's here and you're going, oh. It's kind of scary, and the look in the eye to me is worth 1,000. I mean, it's priceless. I mean, it really is. That look in their eye when you start going over game plan. Yeah, this is what we're going to do in the game, and they go, huh? This is what we're going to do in the game. Yeah. Oh yeah. That look in their eye, it's fun. But I've been pleased with what I saw. They've had a good week of practice.
How much can you plan for playing time and all that stuff in advance, or
no, we always have no matter what game, we have a plan for how much we want to play a guy. You know what I mean? And trying to get certain guys, not because of score, but because of rest, duration of a year, how much a guy's body can take, where he's at from camp, where we think his energy levels are, where his strength levels are, how he's doing. So, I mean, we do that for every game, no matter what it is. And how many guys we want to get play, we want to get this defensive end by the 3rd series, or this linebacker, or this offensive lineman, or whatever it may be. We'll have a plan on every guy on our team how we're going to play. We will every game.
Can you run down those real quick?
You ain't got enough time.
Any comment on Greg Reed?
In what regard?
Carrying his ACL, missing his...
It's a shame. I mean, I hate it for him, and it's a very bad break for a guy that I was hoping was going to have a great year, and but that's something that he can recover from and heal from, and I pray for him and hope everything works out for him. That's for sure. It's a shame.
We just got a statement from Tyler Hunter apologizing. I know you guys are kind of ready to put that behind you, but is that?
But no, I want to put it behind us if it's ready to be put behind us. That was a major thing he said and did, and it was wrong, and he knows that, and that's why I wanted to make sure he understood and got enough knowledge of what he was actually talking about so he could understand the ramifications of what people go through and what happens, and because those people put their lives on the line for us every day, and we wanted him to do that, and that was on his own. I mean, that was a statement that he wanted to make, and that we thought was appropriate, but I wanted him to have an understanding of what those guys, what policemen do, and the risks they take every day for us to be safe, and I think he has a great appreciation for that now. I really do. We plan on this, and that's what he says. So.
Don't you have a couple of guys on the team with parents and
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I mean, and like you said, you don't realize sometimes you say things without thinking, and I think that's the thing that guys have to quit doing. I mean, you can't. There's ramifications for those things, and in our time of social media, those get put out there, and it's a shame. It really is that you have to say them, not that they get put out there, but that you say those things.
I assume part of putting things behind is not reevaluating the Twitter policy at this point. It's something you're going to stick with for the time being.
Yep.
What are you getting on Twitter, man?
Huh?
You get on
Second Wednesday next week. No, they've been asking me, trying to get me to do it for a long time. I have when do you have time? When do you have time to go sit and do that?
That's all we do, man.
I mean, y'all do, but I mean, I ask them, I said, when do I have time? Would I have time to go get on Twitter?
Like after a touchdown, you can't just take out your
Yeah, just relax and start doing it. And I mean, I do. I wonder where people, I mean, I guess we think different than they do, I guess. I don't know.
What's the first game like? Is just for you as a coach? I mean, you tell the guys not to get caught up in anything, but when you hear the band for the first time and all that.
Oh, it's excitement. You remember all the hard work you do and that love of the game again. And it's that time of year again. You know, the fall is my favorite time of the year. I love it for a lot of reasons, but football is the main one. But it also is a lot of sleepless nights because you always wonder, have I done this? Have I said this enough? Have I dotted I's, crossed T's? Because it's a new group of people. This is a whole new team. So those guys, I mean, and you got to review every little detail, and it's amazing how many things they forget. And you know, we have checklists. I have a list of things I go through, and I keep a running list. You know, preseason, have we gotten to this? Have we gotten to this? And that's, well, how many times have we gotten to this? And then just making sure they know everything. And it's crazy, really, from a coach's standpoint, because you just want to make sure everything has been covered and done appropriately.
Do you get much sleep Friday night, or all that stuff be running through your head?
It would be running through my head. Hopefully, I'll get a little bit of sleep, but that's the nature of the beast.
You talked about what it's like for the freshmen on their first games, but for guys like Lonnie and EJ and Brandon that have been through a lot of these, do you sense something that's a little different for their last of these?
You do. I think those guys, there's a sense of urgency in them. I think you always see that in seniors and how they get on people and how they lead. And I think that's the magical thing about having seniors that everyone wants is that urgency and attention to detail. And it's like, you know, when you're at your last go-around, you want to make sure it's right. And that's why usually senior-laden teams are ones that are very successful. And hopefully that'll pay off for us.